Hello students, today we are going to start with our fifth chapter, India's Heritage of in Science and Technology. The discoveries and inventions in the field of science and technology have brought countries of the world closer. Cooperation among all the nations has increased, hence new attitude has developed. Countries have become oriented towards peaceful coexistence and world peace. Science means systematic knowledge and technology means the practical utility of systematic knowledge. Science and technology, in spite of being two different words, they are linked to each other. Let us see the first topic, heritage of ancient India in the fields of science and technology. As it was said earlier that there are four ages, Stone Age, Copper Age, Bronze Age and Mineral and Atomic Age. Our great sages of our ancient India have gifted invaluable heritage of science to the world. They have made outstanding contribution in the field of metallurgy, chemistry, science of medicine, surgery, mathematics, astronomy, astrology, Vastu Shastra and physics. It is a matter of great pride for us. India has contributed not only in the field of literature, art, religion, education and philosophy, but also it has made immense contribution in the field of science and technology. Our next topic is metallurgy. Since ancient age, the people of India used metallurgy in their practical life. The branch of science and technology related with the properties of metals and their production and purification is called metallurgy. Ancient India made extraordinary progress in the field of metallurgy. A metallic idol of a female dancer discovered from Indus Valley civilization is an exemplary achievement of ancient India. Statues of Buddha belonging to the Kushan period have been found at Takshashila. In South India during the Chola period, numerous metals idols were made. The statue of Nataraj, a masterpiece in sculpture, is famous all over the world. It is preserved in the museum at Chennai. Another well-known metal is of statue of Lord Ram, the archer, can be seen in the museum. Artistic statues of gods and goddesses, birds and animals, and betel nut cutters are considered to be the best example of metallic art. All of them have important place in the history of India. Now we are going to see about chemistry, alchemical lore. Chemistry is an experimental science. This science is very useful for various minerals, plants, seeds for agriculture, etc. Making of various metals or to bring changes in them. It is also useful for making medicine. Acharya Nagarjuna, a learned Buddhist of Nalanda University, is known as Acharya, a pioneer in the field of chemistry. He had written Ras Ratnakar and Arogya Manjari. Acharya Nagarjuna advocated the use of allopathy along with herbal medicine. It is believed that the use of mercury ash as a medicine was initiated by him. Nalanda University had its own school of chemistry and furnace for study and research. The description of main rus, uprus, 10 types of poisons as well as various types of salts and ash of minerals are seen in the chemistry. The copper statues of Buddha reflect an expert knowledge and skill in the field of chemistry. The copper statue of Buddha discovered from Satlajganj in Bhagalpur district of Bihar, 7.5 feet high and weighs 1 ton. The statue of Buddha at Nalanda is 18 feet high and the Vijay Stambh is 24 feet high iron pillar built by Chandragupta II, and in spite of nature's fury over centuries, the pillar has not yet corroded and it is considered as the best example of alchemical lore of India. Now we are going to see the medical literature, medical and science, medical and surgery. India attained unprecedented achievement in the field of medicine and surgery. Since ancient period, Maharishi Charak, Maharishi Shushruta, and Vagbhatta pioneered the Indian medicine, science and surgery. Through their intense researches and reached the greatest height. Maharishi Charak has written a book, Charak Samhita, in which he has mentioned over 2000 herbs. Maharishi Shushruta has mentioned instruments used in surgery. The instruments were so sharp that they would split a single vertical hair into two divisions. Vagbhatta, he wrote Vagbhatta Samhita. It is also a very important work. Study of Charak Samhita, Shushruta Samhita and Vagbhat Samhita is very useful for every doctor even today. Hindu herbal science of ancient time is enriched with huge collection of minerals and medicines from plants and animals. This has presented a detailed and complicated process of making medicines, their classification and their usage. They could even stop blood circulation with bowl-shaped bandage. They used to provide Ayurvedic medicines. They also had knowledge about ideal diet during the post-recovery of diseases. Ancient Indian doctors were so skilled to perform surgeries. They could stop blood circulation, as I told, using a special type of bowl-shaped bandage. They could skillfully operate on abdomen, kidney, cataract, hernia, stone, piles and bladder. They could classify also join the broken or displaced bones and restricted things pierced into the body easily and skillfully, recognizing systems and diagnose the disease. They were skilled in plastic surgery as well by joining nose and ears. They showed a keen interest in teaching students the method of surgery by doing surgery on the dead body or on the wet statue. They were teaching students the method of surgery. They conducted risky operations during delivery. They were expert gynecologists and pediatricians. Veterinary science also developed in ancient India. They wrote books on disease related to the horses and elephants, Ashva and Hasti. Hasti Ayurveda, Shalihotra and Astra Shastra are well known. The scholars, the science writers of medicine, Vagbhatta made valuable contribution through his work, a star riddle in the field of diagnosis. Our next topic is astronomy and astrology. Astronomy is the most ancient science. Many works related to astronomy had been written in India. An organized and deep study of astrology was made by Indian ancient universities. Planets and their movements, constellations, and other celestial objects were used for calculations through which astrology and astronomy were developed. Predictions were made on the basis of planetary movement. Aryabhatta made a remarkable contribution in the field of astronomy. So, the first Indian satellite was named Aryabhatta on his name. He declared that the earth rotates on its own axis, and he proved the basic reason for lunar eclipse in the shadow of the earth, which was addressed as Ajarbhar by the scholars. In the same manner, Brahmagupta popularized the laws of gravitation in his book Brahma Siddhant. Varamihir was the great astrologer and astronomer who divided astrology into three sections: Tantra, Hora, and Samhita. His Granth named Brihad Samhita gives information regarding effects of planets on man's future, his characteristics, various classes of animals, the time of marriage, ponds, wells, gardens, and good omen for sowing. We should feel pride that our ancestors were experts in the various sciences. Now we'll move towards our next topic, Vastu Shastra, immense contribution of ancient India in the field of Vastu Shastra. It is an inseparable part of astrology. Vastu Shastra of India is recognized, dignified and praised by many countries of the world. Brahma, Narad, Brihaspati, Prugu, Vasisth and Vishwakarma have made unique contribution in the field of Vastu Shastra. They have propagated the principles of construction for dwellings, temples, palaces, ashwashala, forts, storehouse of ammunition and the town planning. The description of Vastu Shastra is mentioned in Brihad Samhita. Rana Kumbha of Mewar revived this science in 15th century. It is believed that Vishwakarma was the first architect of gods. He divided Vastu Shastra into 8 sections. Various information of Vastu Shastra like selection of place, shapes, structure, proper planning of things, temples, Brahmasthan, dining room, bedroom, etc. mentioned. As the time passes by, changes are taking place regarding the principles and understanding of Vastu Shastra. And now many foreigners they have adopted Vastu Shastra. Ancient Indian knowledge of science has been accepted by the world. India is a culture very vast and heterogeneous. It is a blending of science and religion. Our ancient knowledge of science has been accepted by the world. Our last topic is mathematics. Many mathematical discoveries were made during ancient India. The gifts of India to the world is the discovery of zero, decimal systems, algebra, geometry, and arithmetic, even the theorem of Bodhayan. Aryabhatta discovered zero. The process of writing zero after figures was discovered by the sage named Grudsamad. The ancient Indian mathematicians have decided the names of the numbers made up by placing 53 zeros after 1. Decimal system has been seen in the measuring and weighing instruments which have been found from ancient remains of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. Bhaskaracharya has written books Lavati Ganit and Bij Ganit 1150 AD. He discovered science of addition and subtraction. Brahmagupta introduced the types of equations. Bodhayan discovered theorem or triangle policy. Apastava decided the measurements of sacrificial beads, that is Yajvavedis, used for Vedic yagnas in Shulva Shustra. It also consists analysis of principles. Aryabhatta mentioned the value of pi in his book Aryabhatyam. He also propounded that pi is constant to show the ratio of circumference and diameter of circle. Multiplication, addition, subtraction, square root, cube root, etc. A star method introduced by Aryabhatta in his work, hence Aryabhatta is known as the father of mathematics. Moreover, he had written many other books like Das Gitika and Aryabhatyam. He has described main principles of astronomy in short in his book named Arya Siddhant. He found the solution of fundamental of mathematics, that is arithmetic and geometry. Apart from this, various aspects of mathematics has been discussed by many scholars in their books. The scholars like Bodhayan, Apastamba, Katayan, Bhaskaracharya and Brahmagupta are included. And many other books were written on various sciences in ancient India. For example, the books based on science, Prajana Shastra, Chikitsa Sangra, Vriksha Ayurvedic, Yoga Shastra, Yantra Sarvasya and Kalangana. So these are the books based on science in ancient time. Hence, Our country has gifted scientific and technological books and ideas and knowledge to the ancient world, and the knowledge of science has been accepted by the world. Our culture is very vast and heterogeneous. It is a blending of science and religion, traditional ideas and practical knowledge, which is rarely seen in the other countries of the world. We should not forget that Indian culture reflects unique feature of unity and diversity. Though we are having diversity in religion, lifestyle and values, but we see unity in our country. I hope you have understood the chapter. Go through the chapter once again. Remember the name of the writers and their works, and try to underline the work and the writers from the textbook. Thank you.